What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a good day. This is my 5th time trying to make this video. I've been running into a little bit of difficulties with equipment and all kinds of different stuff, and so I'm trying it again. So this might be met with a little controversy also. Anyway, before we get started, I want to show everybody something. Like I say, I've been at YouTube and videos for over 10 years now, and finally got my YouTube award for 10 years of consistent performance, guys. It's one of those few things you can get. As you can see, it's a gold award from YouTube, which I couldn't have done it without you and all your help watching and spending time with me and everything. I do appreciate it. And of course, without Anna's help, I couldn't also have been gotten this. But thank everybody so very much right now. Finally got something. Anyway, on to what's going on. As you know, they went into Venezuela and took out Maduro, which, to be honest with you, has blown my mind completely how they could have gotten away with this. It's just unprecedented, except for one other time when the United States went into Panama and took out Noriega. So the United States is kind of known for kidnapping leaders. As we well know, Gaddafi, what's his name, in Iraq, and so forth and so on. We've had so many of these puppet governments that we disposed of and instilled a puppet government in their place. And you already heard what Trump has said, that he's going to run Venezuela, okay? So there's no doubt what they're about. So I want to talk about that, guys, and it's just kind of crazy what's going on. It just blows my mind how this is going on. I told y'all before, a while back, that Trump was wanting to be king. And I think we've seen steps more and more now that's supporting that idea. In fact, I showed y'all several pictures of everything. That's one of the reasons I'm having problems, is because I'm trying to switch between screen and the camera and the computer screen or TV screen. And I'm getting into difficulties doing that. The processing and everything like that keeps getting messed up. I've had problems with the sound quality both days here recently. It keeps working, then it don't work. So it's just all kinds of things going on. So anyway, some of the things Trump has done, guys, I mean, we've seen these outrageous moves and everything like that, but here's some of the things that he has done. There's been several things named after him already. You understand this, that happens when somebody comes in office everybody likes. They get roads and bridges and buildings and such things like this named after them in their namesake, because, you know, you want to honor them. But Trump is kind of a little bit bigger on that. He does things and honors himself. So here we go. Here's a list so far, just within 9 months, 10 months of his, since he's been in office and everything, about 9 months, 10 months now. Here's what he has done and proposed to do in the next little bit. Of course, the big thing is the big ballroom, the big, beautiful ballroom, the Trump ballroom. That's not the only one, so we'll go back a little bit. Here we have the arch. Y'all remember him talking about the Trump arch? Yeah, buddy. That's one of them that's going to rival the one that's in France near the Louvre. All right, and of course the flags, the Trump flag mast, the flag poles that he got planted in there. 2 of them, remember? So that makes 3 flag poles right there. 3. So also he had the DC take over and basically condemn a public golf course so he could take over it and build it himself, and he's going to charge $1,000 a tee. Every time you swing that thing at the tee, it's $1,000. So it will be an exclusive club membership there. So also, we already heard about the Trump Kennedy Center. That blew a lot of people's mind. It's a wonder they left the Kennedy name on it. But I want to step aside from this for just a moment on this, that back in the 60s, we heard about Kennedy getting killed, okay? And at the time, he was starting to bring in the Camelot. Y'all heard about it, maybe if you're from that area. If you're not, go back and look at it. It was a new age of enlightenment and all this other stuff, kind of like the age of Aquarius stuff. So he was bringing that in, a new age of enlightenment and awareness and happiness and peace and equality and blah, blah, blah. All that cool, groovy, hippie, flower child stuff and everything like that. So that's what Kennedy was bringing in, okay? So he got killed for wanting to do this. Well, Trump is actually doing the same thing. Kennedy was the beginning of a new dynasty, a king and queen of America. And Trump is doing the same thing, following in the same footsteps, basically, as what Kennedy would have done. In fact, if you want to consider it, continued on with the legacy of John Kennedy. So we have the Trump Institute of Peace. We have the Trump train, which used to be the DC Metro train, is now called the Trump Metro train. He has a Trump Square in Israel that he named after himself. Well, he has Fort Trump. I think it's somewhere in the Midwest, North Midwest. We also have Trump Station, train station in Israel. Trump class warships being built. The Trump RX program, the Trump prescription program. Along with that, we also have Trump cryptocurrencies, multiple Trump cryptocurrencies. And on top of that, if you haven't noticed, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out on Penguin 6. He does a thing about DC photography and stuff. He's a reporter, journalist, so get up with him, you can see it. But in the recent months, they've been tearing down not only the old East Wing, but also the RFK Stadium, which is where the ball teams used to play. Well, it's being torn down. It's going to be named Trump Stadium. So these are just a few of the things I could uncover quickly of what Trump is doing. And it's just crazy, guys. It's just crazy that this man, such an egomaniac. In fact, if you ever watched the Disney movie, I think it was, whatever it was, Megamind, he was a megalomaniac. This reminds me of Trump so much, guys. There's so much and everything. But anyway, he's done this. He's went into another country, invaded another country, kidnapped the leader, and brought him back to the United States. Then charged him with crime. He didn't charge him with crime in another country, of course. He had to steal him, kidnap him to bring him back, and then charge him. Same thing they did with Noriega. They went and kidnapped him from his country, brought him here, then charged him and sentenced and fined him. Now, there's been comments coming out saying that Maduro, the president of Venezuela, was wanting to make a deal, but he couldn't do it because of the people around him would kill him if he did. Now, I have found out information that supports this quite a bit. The day before the extraction, if you will, want to call it that, kidnapping, if you want to call it that, there was a meeting with the people around Maduro that told him that if he took this peace deal, this surrender, they would kill him before he could get out. The people around him were Asian. They were Chinese, mostly. There was Middle Eastern also involved, but his cabinet is made up of foreigners, not the people from Venezuela. This is news, guys, and I remember back a few months ago, and in fact, three times I have told you that China, North Korea, Iran, and Russia has bases, both underground and above ground, as well as air bases, as well as missile emplacements. This is no doubt. They also have warships or ships in the area, and also in some of the surrounding areas of the surrounding islands. We've been after Maduro for a very long time. Ever since he cut off the United States from their oil, which is not only the largest oil deposits or oil reserves in the world, but some of the very best oil in the world. It's not only that, they're very rich in a lot of different minerals that we want, that we need, as well as other developed countries need for their livelihood, for their whole life and everything. Their production of electronics and cars and phones and everything else like that you can think of. Everything you can think of, they have a large deposits of it. So it's very sought after with this. So back in, I can't remember what year it is, but it's early on, they started embargoes and sanctions and stuff against Venezuela when they decided to kick U.S. Oil production and European oil producers out of the country and fertilized it, took over it with the state. So ever since then, they've been really harassing her and banging on Maduro's door. In fact, in 2017, shortly after Trump took office the first time, they started coming down on Maduro and his regime and his cabinet, and they did an embargo, cut them off from all food water, everything else like that, everything we need that they need to survive. They cut them off, put an embargo around their blockade around Venezuela. They couldn't get stuff in. People died. There was starvation. There was cannibalism going on. People ate their pets. People ate the zoo animals, and the money became worthless. They burned it in the streets. This is because of the United States' influence and other countries, such as the Western nations, influence and blockade and embargoes and sanctions against this country. It starved the people. It hurt the people more than anything else. And yet, now this comes directly from a person I know that was in Venezuela. I'm going to go ahead and say it, but they worked for MI5. And the word is, guys, that no matter what the United States and the Western Alliance did against Maduro, the people loved him. He kept the dirty pigs of Western society out of his country, and they thrived much better than they would have with Western influence. As we well know, that the United States or European influence in another country really is a spell for disaster, for destruction and death. So he kept them at bay, kept them out, and this is why they have villainized Maduro. It's because he wouldn't let them in. And now they're doing the same thing. They weren't going in. Now, supposedly he made a peace deal or a surrender deal with them. Maybe he does face charges. Maybe it's just for show. Who knows? Or maybe not. But the word on the street, under street, whatever it is, that yes, he did make a deal. And yes, this was an extradition. And if they did not get him, they were going to execute him in the country. Right now we have an interim government in place. And you already heard the words that Donald Trump said, you will obey, you will comply, or else. And then not only top this, guys, I found out some more information that's already making the rounds that what this has done really is open the door for a possibility of any other country big enough to go into another country and take their president hostage or kidnap him and hold him ransom for whatever. For getting their way of getting what they want. Guys, they used to do this back in the old European, old English days. They would kidnap royals and princes and princesses and all this stuff like that and hold them for ransom. We have turned back to these days now. We're going to hold Maduro ransom? Are they going to do it to another country? Just what if Russia decided to go take Zelensky? Or China decided to go take the president of Taiwan? Or China, or Japan? Or the Philippines? What if? Guys, there's a lot of countries out there that can get away and do with this. Some of the top 3 or 4 nations in the world right there can get away with this, do this, and carry it out. No matter what. They could even come here and take the president out. Last night, as you noticed, I posted something up about the mothership that was coming in. Well, at the same time, shortly after that, I didn't get the chance to put it, but the White House went on lockdown and everybody was called in and locked down. So I don't know if it had anything to do with this or not, but it could be. But anyway, guys, back to the story. Now, if this is the place that the United States gets away with this, Trump gets away with this, well, it sets a precedent that other countries making up whatever laws or rules or incidents that you want to happen, just like the United States did against Maduro. He's a drug trafficker, blah, 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 which is a false narrative, guys. So any other country can create a false narrative, back it up with a few false facts and a few false photos. And you know how easy it is to make these things. And you can go in another country and kidnap the leader or anybody else you want to. Guys, this is dangerous waters. Right now, as it stands, right now, what I got gathered more is the United States and Israel is getting ready to do an extraction or kidnapping in Iran. Guys, this is dangerous, very, very dangerous. If this happens, it's going to turn bad. You already need to be aware of your surroundings because what happened in Venezuela has pissed off a lot of people, a lot of not nice people. So beware, guys. Warn your neighbors, warn your friends and your family, guys, that we are reaching a critical area of our lives, our livelihood. So take that in the heart. Guys, Trump is wanting to become king. He's wanting to start the Trump dynasty. Barron is being groomed for the leadership of this country. And it's going to run from Greenland through America, Canada, United States, Mexico, Central America, into the top part, even maybe middle part of South America. Make America great again. Make America one again. Think about it, guys. What road have we begun traveling down? Hope y'all have a groovy day. Be nice to somebody today, tomorrow, and the next. It always comes back to you tenfold, not only from what you have done, but also the feelings that you get from being the person you should be. Have a groovy day. Later, taters.